Hey there, you, me, and DC fans, and welcome if you are new. I am the Stepson of Krypton.
And I'm Mantis.
Coming to you today with a recap of everything that is happening right now and what is getting ready to happen in the DCU. We know there's been a lot going on, there's a lot of rumors, so we thought we'd kind of just break it down a little bit and just where we're at in the DCU. Mantis, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, guys. I don't want to waste any more time on the intro, so let's go. All right, guys. So, with the release and what I call a success of the Superman movie, we know our next biggest project coming down the pipeline is going to be Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I say that's kind of not 100%. Um, Potentially still has the ability for Lanterns to come out actually first. It is predicted or it is slated for the early part of 2026, whereas we know Supergirl is going to be out in June 2026. So, Mantis, do you want to cover though? We got some news from James Gunn uh, involving a certain caped hero and cowled hero, let's say.
Cowled and caped, both actually. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a short list confirmed by James Gunn, astute to your uh, nice list here from the. I'm assuming this came from his Instagram. Here's the thing: he's on all social medias. Some of this stuff, I think it's like reposted, recent, and sorry. There's this fly buzzing around me right
I'm
now, and it's
I'm seeing
annoying me.
him on the thing.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah, he's. I know. Thor let him in. Anyway, yeah, James Gunn confirmed a list. And I know a couple of these. One of them I know we've talked about. I'll just lead off with that one, Alan Richardson, because I know, you're a big fan of his, coming from not only the Smallville side of things where he played the dang it, played the fish. Gosh, in Smallville as Aquaman, but he said that he is probably not going to be, or he not. It's not. He's probably he doesn't want to play that character in anymore. So that's off the table for him to play that. But he could be possibly doing Batman. And again, I know, like you said, he fits the part. Again, they can dye his hair black, easily done there. I know he's a natural, like light brown blonde
dirty
dude.
blonde, I think
Yeah,
is.
can totally do that. He's got physicality. He's got the acting chops. He's pretty good. He's excellent in Reacher, and I think he would be awesome as the Cape Crusader for sure.
However, in a recent interview, though, Alan Richardson did say that the talks about him playing the Dark Knight didn't seem like it was going to be in his favor. So
Mm, damn.
kind of, yeah. Now, who knows? We don't know what James Gunn's up to, but we know James Gunn has had a actual sit down conversation with him. So I got to imagine, as much as he's been blowing up lately, and just the overall physicality of him, we're gonna have him somewhere in the
Mm.
DCU. Um, so, and we know our other. I mean, only thing we got left is The Rock, and then you have like Jason Momoa, which is already playing Lobo in Supergirl. So we're running out of guys that are going to fit the bill here. Now, the Brandon, I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Skliniar.
It gets blocked up in my mouth. I don't say it no good. So.
Is
Yeah,
currently
we'll go.
starring in the 1923 on Paramount Plus. That James Gunn had said they've obviously had some brief dialogue, but he is actually currently watching that show. Like that's one of his shows, his go tos right now. He is watching. So
Interesting.
that was another name that was kind of cycled around here because we also know that James Gunn has been looking for actors, younger actors. Now, obviously, Batman's going to be a little bit older, but younger, kind of no name actors, right?
Hmm.
So, or I say no name, I mean, lesser
Up and
known.
coming.
Yeah.
About that. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Alan Richardson is well known, but I wouldn't say he's a blockbuster star like Tom Cruise style. But the other name I think that was kind of been thrown around here is, I would say, probably in that range, and that's Jake Gyllenhaal. And we know to play, was it Roadhouse? I believe it was Roadhouse. Hey, he got
Mhm.
just fucking ripped. So he's
Yeah.
got the physicality there, or he's got a decent physique. I won't say he's not Alan Richardson style, absolute Batman, but he does have a good physique to him. So, however,
yeah, he's a pretty
he
good actor too. He's been around the block a while. Played in several. Although I keep forgetting he played in Bubble Boy, so I'm just like, oh god, yeah, that existed. I mean, again, not a movie I've ever seen, but I know a lot of like Hollywood liked it because they're all degenerates. The Cowboy Way. There with his buddy. He played. He's really good friends with Heath Ledger. So
Brokeback Mountain, not the Cowboy
sorry,
Way.
sorry, yeah, not Cowboy Way. That was the '90s movie.
That
Yes,
was with
sorry.
Woody Harrelson and
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland. Hilarious movie.
Sorry.
If you have not seen it, go see The Cowboy Way.
How would you like those steaks cooked? Well, just knock its horns off, wipe its nasty old ass, and chunk it right down on the plate.
Same for me, please.
You do
Yeah,
whatever
not
you
even
want
close.
to on Brokeback Mountain. We don't judge here. But
No,
Cowboy Way.
no.
So
Yeah, great actor. Also playing Donnie Darko, but also you're right. Like he has the acting pedigree for it. His sister was in a Batman movie. So
he was
Yeah.
almost in The Dark Knight as well.
really, oh, I didn't know
He
that.
was almost in it, and it just happened to be ironic that he didn't get the role, but his sister did to be in the movie because they both starred in Donnie Darko together, so they've always kind of had that. Clearly they can play off that kind of brotherly and sisterly chemistry because they are. So,
You fuck ass.
what's a fuck ass?
You're such a fuck ass.
You can go suck a fuck.
Oh, please tell me, Elizabeth, how exactly does one suck a fuck?
What's a fuck ass?
We're far enough in. I don't have to
Yeah,
bleep that
it's
out.
fine.
So we're waiting to hear more and more, but we know this is right now. I say it's not been officially confirmed, but this is the unofficial short list for The Dark Knight. But that is going to take us to what is official and confirmed is we know we've got Peacemaker season 2. We're about to get episode 6 coming out. Now we normally record on Thursdays. We're doing this on a Wednesday. So we're about to get episode 6 and things are really kind of starting to pick up now. We're seeing, this one thing I'll say real quick bothers me because he keeps saying like in the past episodes, he's like best dimension ever. It's a universe, not a dimension. Technically, right now we're only in 4 dimensions. If you're Mr. Mispitalik, you're in the imp from the 5th dimension. We can't even perceive 4th dimension. So like he keeps saying dimension. I'm like, it's not dimension because this is fucking string theory. So he needs to correct himself there, but it is Peacemaker, so we'll give him that.
Yeah, Chris is Chris. So.
And we're waiting for there is some kind of big reveal / cameo in Peacemaker, similar to what they did at the end of season 1 that got retconned. So,
yeah,
again,
I know that season 2, I keep thinking there's only 2 episodes left. There's actually 3, 6, 7, and 8. This season's gone by pretty fast. I'll do just a quick synopsis here because I know we got a couple other videos on this, but let us know in the comments how you guys are liking Peacemaker season 2. I'm a fan of it up until a point. This last one was a little odd, the way the Eagly's gone, but I wonder if that's going to have something to do to play in with the very end of this season. Again, there was this isn't the only animal that's in James Gunn's universe that is prominent in making a impact on the storyline. If you've seen Superman, you know what we're talking about there. So I'm just curious. Whatever.
God, I hope you've already seen it. You've had to have already had Superman.
Yeah,
actually, it's already out on Blu-ray. If anybody still has physical media anymore, we have to because my damn Ultra 4K edition is on back order because it's sold out. Apparently, that's why it didn't show up.
Okay.
So apparently, plenty of people still have physical media. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
No, it's fine. Now, here's the thing. There's been a lot of rumors about who's going to show up at the end of Peacemaker. And, my thought was that I kind of think it's going to be Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult, because obviously throughout all of season 2, it's been real heavy focused on Argus and the government going after Chris. We know that Economos and all of this was spawned from Bellry prison, which is where Lex is going to. So I kind of feel like the rumors are going to be setting up Superman Man of Tomorrow in this, in which he's going to need Lex's help. So I could see Nicholas Holt showing as Lex Luthor showing up as the cameo at the end of this season. That's my guess, guys. Let us know down in the comments which yours. Mantis, what is yours, real quick?
I think it's Superman. Primarily, well, I thought it was Superman, but now I'm thinking about it. So there's the only reason I say that has nothing to do with the storyline, has nothing to do with anything else other than I saw a picture of John Cena and uh uh
David Cornsweet together.
yes,
Yes.
together. And Chris, I say Chris, John Cena was wearing that outfit that he wore when he was in the other universe, the tight thing when he went and met Harcourt.
Yeah,
That
the
the
leather
chain.
pants and yeah.
Yes, all of that. He was wearing that and was on set and took a picture with Superman, like David Cornsweet in the Superman outfit. Now, he's already worn that outfit in an episode. But it's just weird that they would have a picture together. They were both in suits, and I don't know. It's very odd. So that's the only reason I'm thinking that it's possibly Superman.
Well, and just real quick here, because we'll keep it moving, guys, I promise. But we also know that Peacemaker was filming when Superman was wrapping up. It had already started its production. And we know that there were sets that were used from Superman in Peacemaker season 2.
Oh, could have been that. Yeah.
So it could
Definitely.
be that. But then again, like I said, it doesn't, that very well could be Superman shows up, and this time more than a silhouette. So. Now, the interesting thing is we talk about silhouettes. Obviously the other one of the silhouettes we saw at the beginning of this season where they retconned everything. We know Supergirl is in post-production. They wrapped filming at the end of May. We know it's slated, like I said earlier, for June of 2026. Fucking spam calls. So obviously Lobo coming into it. We know there's rumor it's not going to even take place on this planet. We'll have to wait and kind of see for that. So we have that. We have the Lanterns. Obviously, with Kyle Chandler, Aaron Pierre, Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion is supposed to at least make. He's supposed to be in it for at least a little bit, right? He said that one day of filming Lanterns, he dropped more F-bombs than he has in his entire career in the episodes. So we know he's in it for a little bit. To what extent? And it may have to do with him going off and joining the Justice Gang or whatever, that the Guardians don't like that. So the next thing to come out would be Clayface. Now, it does not have a definite date yet, but it is projected to be in September 11th of all days, 2026. So we will actually have 3 different DC properties released in 1 movie and 2 TV shows.
I'm honest. I'm really excited about Clayface, and I'm a big horror junkie. I love horror flicks. There's a couple I was watching. I like, especially B horror films, like Killer Mickey Mouse, or like there was one I saw recently where it was like Peter Pan, Nightmare on Neverland, and he like goes and steals these kids and kills them and shit. Like the wildest shit. Like I like B horror films. So this Clayface, I hope to God it's in that vein of just like outrageous, crazy shit.
Now, it is listed in the horror genre, right?
Is it?
So
Okay.
it is listed in the horror genre. Now, here's the interesting thing. We know that obviously Creature Commandos kind of spawned everything, right? Or started everything in the universe. We know that Clayface shows up in there voiced by Alan Tudyk. We also know that he gets basically obliterated. However, it's not the easiest thing in the world to kill Clayface. So obviously he's going to come back. We're going to see him in the live action. However, this isn't the Clayface that probably many of us are familiar with. Obviously Matt Hagen is the Clayface. Now, Clayface has been, there have been several people that have taken on the moniker of Clayface over the years, but Matt Hagen's the one from the comics. It's one from the animated series. Obviously, actor disfigured face, starts to use the skin cream to try to make himself look better, realizes that it allowed him to become anybody, and kind of goes crazy. Typical Batman villain. I know that. So this is a completely separate character. This is going to be a brand new telling of a character called Clayface that follows that line. So, because Creature Commandos did confirm that, but I don't think they ever said who the actual person was that became Clayface. We never got into that.
Mhm.
Sure, the movie will. Now, there is rumor, speculation that he could end up taking on the moniker of the original Clayface, Matt Hagen,
Mhm.
but it's not like that will be his persona when he goes like that's who he defaults to.
Right.
I think that'd be cool. It still
I
kind of
think
keeps
so
it a
too.
mystery, but it is listed in the horror genre. So,
Mm.
and then we of course know we have in 2027 we have Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Again, supposedly right now the plot line is set for it's getting ready to start filming, but the plot line is set for there is some otherworldly massive threat that Superman and Lex have to work together on. They're obviously not going to be buddy cops, but he's going to need Lex's intelligence and he needs Superman's brute force and strength. So it'd
Gonna
be
be cool.
interesting to see just kind of lining out. This is everything right now confirmed by James Gunn that we know is slated on the books, has stories written, at least Superman, I think they're still finishing up and working on, but has stories written and is confirmed, hey, these are coming out now. Maybe some of the dates change, but we know it's there.
Mm.
So I'm
Yeah.
excited, Mantis.
Yeah. It's a nice full set. And again, these are not even including some of the other stuff. I know there's some animated stuff that they're doing. Obviously not necessarily in the DCU. It's DC animated stuff that's awesome that they're going to put out. And who knows? There might be other stuff there right now to supplement some of this that we don't even know about. These are, like you said, these are just the ones he's confirmed at this point. The only thing that's kind of looming through all of this, and it's pretty big, is the sell of Warner Brothers Discovery right now. It's kind of a big thing. I'm really hoping that because I forget the guy's name, but he really wants to have a bidding war for all of this for them, and I just hope it doesn't derail all of this. Is what I hope.
Yeah, because you remember that's why Stargate got canceled. Was they were going through
Mhm.
financial issues. There was talks of buyout, and then they just canceled it, and we lost a great show too early. So I don't want to see that happen to a newly rebooted DCU. But again, even though the movie necessarily didn't do the best in the box office, I think with all the merchandising, as Spaceballs like to say, that's
Merchandise.
where the real money from the movie comes in.
Merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made.
I think they did well enough that whomever or whichever entity buys Warner Brothers Discovery that will still get the continuing of the DCU. I still believe, guys, and also let me know down in the comments on this too. I think they're going to nix the Elseworlds. Matt Reeves Batman. I don't think they're going to want to have two Batman running concurrently. I think they're going to be like, hey, you need to just focus on fixing this and making sure this is right because you guys are already kind of fucked up with like Joker 2 and some of the other stuff, right? So
Mhm.
I could see that universe just getting obliterated. But
Yep.
Who
knows?
All right, Mantis, you have anything else you want to cover before we wrap?
No. I'm
All right,
good.
guys. Again, just wanted to do a short kind of recap of where we stand, what we know is happening and is going to be taking place in the DCU over the next 2 years, confirmed. So if you have made it with us this far, we definitely do appreciate it. Consider giving the video a like.
Right down there.
Yes, right,
It's right
down there.
Here or here so much, but right here. Nope.
Subscribing to the channel and hitting that little bell notification so you get alerted when we release these new videos so we can get our viewership up so I can get all my good headphones. That's why I'm back to these headphones, right? They cut our budget. Okay. We lost all of our funding. No technical difficulties. But have the bell notifications clicked because we will be, as we get more and more information, we will be addressing some of the bigger rumors. Obviously, we don't have enough time in the day to go over all of them. We'd be here literally recording our entire life. And everything we are doing in the comic book world because we've got what 7 8 issues, different issues because there's 6 in the absolute that we're
It's
doing
crazy.
and all that. So if you're enjoying that, make sure you have the bell notifications clicked so you get alerted when we do that. And guys, to keep this under a full-length feature film, that is going to go ahead and wrap it for us on this episode of You, Me, and DC. Until next time, guys, we'll see you then.
Later.